Guess
Guess
who's
who's
back?
back?
Back
Back
again.
again.
Tizo's
Tizo's
back.
back.
Chef
Chef
Tizo's
Tizo's
back.
back.
Am I
Am I
live,
live,
guys?
guys?
Am
Am
I
I
live,
live,
guys?
guys?
Am
Am
I
I
live?
live?
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
ooh.
Am
Am
I
I
live?
live?
Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
ooh.
Woo! What's
What's
up?
up?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's
What's
up,
up,
guys? Am
guys?
I
Am I
live?
live?
Am
Am
I?
I?
See, I
See,
need
I
to
need
know
to
if
know if
I'm
I'm
live,
live,
guys.
guys.
I
I
need
need
to
to
know
know
if
if
I'm
I'm
live.
live.
What's
What's
up,
up,
guys?
guys?
Am I
Am I
live?
live?
Am I
Am I
live?
live?
I
I
missed the
missed the
studio,
studio,
man.
man. I,
Oof,
oof, I.
it
It
feels so
feels
good
so
to
good
be
to be
back,
back,
guys.
guys.
How
How
are you
are you
doing?
doing?
Welcome
Welcome
to the
to the
United
United
Kitchen,
Kitchen,
where
where
we
we
cook
cook
or
or
get
get
cooked,
cooked,
guys.
guys.
And
And
we're
we're
back in the
back in the
studio.
studio.
We're
We're
back
back
from
from
vacation.
vacation.
Woo! Wow,
Wow.
it was
It was
good.
good.
It
It
was
was
really
really
good,
good,
but
but
I
I
kept you
kept you
guys
guys
up to
up to
date.
date.
I
I
didn't
didn't
disappear.
disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
disappeared
disappeared
for a
for a
few
few
days,
days,
but
but
I'm
I'm
back
back
like I
like I
never
never
left.
left.
How's
How's
everyone
everyone
doing,
doing,
man?
man?
Happy
Happy
Monday.
Monday.
Happy
Happy
Monday,
Monday,
guys.
guys.
There's
There's
so
so
much to
much to
talk
talk
about.
about.
The
The
transfer
transfer
window
window
has
has
come
come
to an
to an
end.
end.
It's
It's
done.
done.
It's
It's
closed.
closed.
When did
When
they
did they
used to
used to
close it
close
at
it at
7 p.m.?
7
I
p.m.? I
miss the
miss the
days
days
when it
when
would
it
go
would
to
go to
like
like
11. I
11. I
remember
remember
11 or
11 or
12
12
p.m.
p.m.
Like,
Like,
what's
what's
going on
going
with
on with
this
this
whole
whole 11
11 p.m.
p.m.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry,
7
7
p.m.
p.m.
closing the
closing the
transfer
transfer
window?
window.
What's
What's
going on
going
with
on with
that?
that?
Anyways,
Anyways,
we're
we're
back,
back,
guys. We're
guys. We're
back in
back
the
in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
This is
This is
the
the
best
best
place
place
to
to
be
be
for
for
Manchester
Manchester
United
United
content.
content.
The
The
best
best
place to
place
be,
to be,
guys.
guys.
There is
There
no
is no
other
other
place.
place.
This is
This
the
is the
best,
best,
absolute
absolute
best
best
place to
place to
be
be
for
for
United
United
content.
content.
And I'm
And I'm
so
so
happy,
happy,
so
so
happy to
happy
be
to be
back in the
back in the
studio.
studio. There is no other place. This is the best, absolute best place to be for United
Seems to be an
content.
echo.
And I'm so happy, so happy to be back in the
There's
studio.
an
There's an
echo. I
echo.
need
I
to
need to
fix the
fix the
echo.
echo.
One
One
second.
second.
Hello.
Hello.
Why
Why
is
is
there
there
an
an
echo?
echo? Hello. Why is there an echo?
Is it
Is it
still
still
echoing?
echoing?
Is it
Is it
still
still
echoing?
echoing?
There's a
There's a
bit
bit
of
of
an
an
echo. I'm
echo. I'm
trying to
trying to
fix
fix
that.
that.
Just give
Just
me
give me
one
one
second.
second.
Let's see
Let's see
what's
what's
going
going
on
on
there.
there.
Do, 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 do,
Do,
do.
do.
I
I
literally
literally
don't know
don't
what
know
I'm
what I'm
doing,
doing,
but
but
let's
let's
just
just
see.
see.
Echo, echo,
Echo,
echo,
echo,
echo,
echo,
echo,
echo,
echo. Do
echo. Do
not
not
echo.
echo.
Yo,
Yo,
Dave,
Dave,
what's
what's
up? The
up? The
chef is
chef is
back.
back.
The
The
chef
chef
is
is
back,
back,
man.
man.
My
My
brother,
brother,
my
my
brother,
brother,
how
how
are
are
you?
you?
How
How
are you?
are you?
I'm
I'm
trying to
trying to
fix an
fix an
echo. I just
echo. I
want
just
to see
want to
if
see
it's
if it's
done.
done.
One
One
second.
second.
How
How
are you,
are you,
man?
man?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
there's a
bit of
bit
an
of an
echo. I'll
echo.
try
I'll
to
try to
fix it.
fix
How
it.
you
How you
doing,
doing,
Dave?
Dave?
Man,
Man,
guys,
guys,
it's
it's
so
so
good to
good
be
to be
back. Like
back.
I
Like I
said, I
said, I
was on
was on
holiday.
holiday.
I
I
promise you
promise
I'm
you, I'm
gonna
gonna
fix
fix
that
that
right. I
right.
don't
I
know
don't know
why.
why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
echo,
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 echo.
echo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
fix the
fix the
echo.
echo.
Thanks a
Thanks a
lot. I'm
lot. I'm
gonna
gonna
fix the
fix the
echo.
echo.
I
I
think it's
think
the
it's the
mic. Let
mic.
me
Let me
just
just
reconnect the
reconnect the
mic.
mic.
Give me a
Give me a
second.
second.
It's
It's
so
so
good. You
good. You
hear me
hear me
twice. I
twice. I
love it.
love it.
I
I
love it.
love it. Let me see if it's better now. Now I'm just using the mic, the array, but let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Now, I'm just using the. Yeah, I think it's better now. I think it's better. I need to fix my mic. My mic is acting up. I need to fix my mic. My mic is acting up. Okay, guys, how are you doing? Welcome again to the United Kitchen, where we cook. I'll get cooked, guys. And what have we done in this transfer window, guys? What have we done? What have we done, man? How are you feeling? You can see what's scrolling down right by the web article section. Lamens is here. How do you pronounce that? Lamons? How do you pronounce that? Like I said, that's the most important thing. See, what we're going to do today, we're going to do four things today. Four things today. First of all, we are going to rate the transfer window. How do you feel about this transfer window? We're going to speak about the flow, the journey of this transfer window. Because this transfer window took us through a journey. It took us through a journey from the beginning to the end. It was a journey. It was full of highs. It was full of lows. It was full of ups and it was full of downs. So we're going to speak about all that. Yes, Dave, we're also going to speak about the midfield situation. So that's the first thing we're going to speak about tonight. How did this transfer window go? What's the story of this window? If you were going to summarize this window in one word, what would that one word be? So that's the first thing we're going to speak about today. The second thing is we're going to deep dive into the goalkeeping situation because now, mayday, mayday, we have a situation. Mayday, mayday, we have a situation. We have a new goalkeeper. We have three other goalkeepers for now until all the other windows shut. We have three other goalkeepers, so we're going to speak about that also. The third thing we're going to speak about is the bomb squad. How do you feel about how we concluded the situation with the bomb squad? Anthony was a sell. Rashford was a loan. Sancho was a loan. Garnacho was a sell. Malasha is still here. How do you feel about how we concluded the situation with a bomb squad? And last but not the least, the fourth thing we're going to talk about is the midfield situation. It is going to be what are we how do we feel about this? How do we feel about this? How we How do we feel? So those are the four things we're going to speak about today. Four things today. Like, share, subscribe. Chef Tizzle is here. Chef T is here. We're gonna cook everything. We're gonna cook everything. We're about to cook everything right now. Let's go. But it's really nice to be back recording, guys. I put a lot of content up on Instagram and got a lot of love from IG. Shout out to IG. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we're going to break this down today. So the first thing, quickly, let's talk about this transfer window. Ah. How did this transfer window go for you, Manchester United fan? Let me see you. One word, comment down below what you felt the transfer window. What's the one word you would use to summarize this transfer window? One word, quickly. And while you're doing that, guys, we have to say that breaking news, I will give this transfer window a 7 out of 10. Yes, a 7 out of 10 for this transfer window. And it's interesting for me because we went through a journey as Manchester United fans this window. We started very excitedly when we got the Cunha news. Mateus Cunha was going to join Manchester United. This was just after, guys. Remember, we had lost the Europa League final. We were really all still very depressed and sad about that. And then we hear that Cunha doesn't even care. Like Cunha doesn't even care. Like he just wants to come to Manchester United. Like he doesn't give a hoot that we don't have Champions League. He wants to come to United. And we were all thrilled. We were like, yes. And we did that business really early, guys. Really, really early. And we're like, sharp, man, that's cool, man. We're cooking. We are absolutely cooking. For you to do that Cunha deal so early, so quickly, there wasn't so much noise about it. You know how United would naturally do all the deals where we go on and on and on, and we're going back and forth, and all the media stations are going back and forth about it. No, the Cunha deal was really calm, really chilled, and boom, we got the deal done. Riley says window looked promising at start, but definitely incomplete. And not getting a midfielder is going to cost Amorim his job, sadly. We're going to touch on that, the midfield situation. But I really want to take you through a journey. So we did have that at the beginning, Konya. And then we had, yeah, I'm having connection issues now. Sorry, guys, I had some connection issues there. I think we should be okay now. Sorry about that. We didn't take the money. We didn't take the money. We said no. We're going to stay. Going to keep that money. I'm sorry. We're going to keep Bruno. Sorry, I got a bit. My connection is acting up, but it's cool. It's fine. It's missed me. So yeah. So I'm gonna do that whole piece again from the beginning. So how did this transfer window go? I will give it a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for this transfer window. I feel like it started really well, with the Konya situation. You know how quickly we got on that, by the way. We had just lost the Europa League final. There was a lot of sadness and depression. Bagi was not cooking. And then boom, the Konya news. Boom, Fabrizio dropping it. Konya really wants to come. Doesn't care that we don't have Champions League. And woof, before you knew, we were getting that done. So it started really bright, the transfer window. And then we had the Bruno situation. Saudi turning his head. Saudi saying that I will give you 100 million, 100 million for Bruno Fernandes. And Bruno be like, I think I don't mind going to Saudi. And, so he was actually thinking about it, right? Considering it. And Bruno says, you know what? I'm staying. Bro, this network is. Sorry, this network is. Yeah, and Bruno says, I'm staying. I'm going nowhere. Bruno says, I am staying. I am going nowhere. I stay with you guys. And some fans were like, you should have taken that money. And some fans are like, yes, our captain is staying. So that happened also this transfer window. And then from nowhere, Umbuemo, we had the unstable bomber. The Umbuemo. And whatever is going on? Like, dude, we don't have Champions League. We're 15th. We're crap. Our worst season ever. And everybody wants to come here. Cunha says, I want to come. Bruno says, I'm not going anywhere. Mbeumo wants to come. Guys, it was blowing our minds out. Like, what is really going on? And we were also excited about it. But, guys, this is where it became low. The Mbeumo deal took so long, so long. It took about 6, 7 weeks. And it was 6, 7 long weeks. But finally, we got our man, got Mbeumo. We were really excited about that. And then we needed a striker. It became clear that, see, guys, no matter what's happening, we need a striker. There were different names coming up. We thought we would get Delap, boom, went to Chelsea. Ekitike, Liverpool. Man, stayed Galatasaray. And it was looking, it wasn't looking good. We were not cooking in terms of all the strikers were disappearing like poof. And then Shesko is about to disappear. Newcastle says, we're getting him. You don't have Champions League. We have Champions League. We're going to get Shesko. And what happens? Sheska says, nah, man. There is only one United that I know, and it's called Manchester United. Newcastle United? Is that from Game of Thrones? Newcastle? I don't know what you're talking about. I only know Manchester United. They've won everything. The Sir Alex Ferguson, the David Beckhams. That is the only club I know. And then we got Shesko. Amazingly, they broke Newcastle's fans' heart. Like the transfer window was going like so that was another high. So we went from high to the lows of Mbeumo taking so long to the highs of Shesko. And then the midfield situation we almost immediately Belieber Bumper. United are interested in Belieber. What? God, we are so cooking like guys. This is going nuts. Absolutely nuts. But at the same time, we realized we need a goalkeeper. Like the goalkeeping situation is absolutely crazy. Bayinda, crap. Tom Heaton, oof. Onana, ugh. Like it was so clear. So it then became, are we getting a midfielder or are we getting a goalkeeper? And the believer situation kept on going on and on. And we're like, Romano was like, he wants to come. He really wants to come. But Brighton are going to play really hard ball. They're not going to let him go easily. And then we know what happened. We didn't get believer. We were disappointing, very disappointing, but we didn't get believer. And we thought we could still get a midfielder. So that was another low. We did not get a midfielder, like Riley said. Another low was not getting a midfielder. And then it ended again with a high, the high of getting Senne Lammens. Because, guys, we had just witnessed one of the worst goalkeeping performances in the history of goalkeeping performances. Onana against Grimsby Town. Bayinda had been crap against Fulham and Arsenal. And we're like, guys, see, Amorim might have to go keep at this point because we don't have a goalkeeper. And then boom, we get news about St. Lammens possibilities. And then it went on and on for a few days. Martinez also came into the conversation and it went on and on also. Boom. Final day of the transfer window, we got St. Lammens. Guys, that was a crazy transfer window for Manchester United. Highs, lows, ups, downs, ooh, ooh. But how do I feel about it? I give it a quality 7 over 10. Quality 7 over 10 because I genuinely feel like we should have gotten a midfielder. A midfielder would have given me a 9.5, almost a 10 over 10 window. But not signing a midfielder takes a huge 3 points from that window for me. So yeah, that's how I see the transfer window. I'm happy with all the players that I have. Obviously now with the injuries we have to Cunha and Mbuemo, we then see how why it was important that we signed those players for the depth of the squad because a lot of players will get injured this season, like with the Club World Cup happening, qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. So footballers are playing a lot of games. I don't feel bad for them, by the way. You earn millions, but I'm just saying they play a lot of games, so there will be a lot of injuries. So it's great that we have the depth that we have with Mbuemo, Konya, Zexi, Ahmad, Mount in the number 10 and midfield position also. Not in the central midfield really, but more in the number 10. So happy about that. So 7 over 10 window for me. Shout out to Will Cox, Barada, Sir Jim. You could have done a 10 over 10 window with the midfielder. We'll see how it goes. That's what it is. So yeah, that is it for the window. And if I had one word to describe it, I'll be like, we're just crazy. Or just a crazy window. I promise you. Like, I don't even want to be, I don't want to play any big fancy word. It was a crazy window. Crazy window. Yeah, it's for Manchester United. Crazy window. If you want a fancy word, probably say it was, it was erratic. Just topsy turvy. Do you like that topsy? You like topsy turvy? Yeah. You like topsy turvy? It was topsy turvy window. Yeah. So that's what it was, and super happy with what we have. And on to the next. Let's see how it goes. So that was the first thing I wanted to discuss. Second thing I wanted to discuss was the bomb squad. Bomb squad. They all gone blown out, bombed out. Boom. Bye. Bye. Except for Malaysia. Except for Malaysia, who still remains, and Malaysia feels like good people. Feels like a good guy. I'm not against, giving him a chance to, train with the young 21s and things like that, But yeah, bomb squad is gone. First, Garnacho to Chelsea, bro. Garnacho, you went on ChatGPT. You dumb punk. Dumb punk. Have nothing in your brain. No brain cells. You're dim. You're not smart enough to type a message by yourself. You had to use ChatGPT to type a message to us. And then when we put that message on AI tester, it came back 99%. This was AI generated. You're a punk. Garnacho, you are a punk. All right, I saw all your comments. Yeah, I wanted to play for a World Cup team, blah, blah, blah. Say, bro, you've never seen a hate watch this crazy. I promise you. See, the closest hate watch to the Garnacho United hate watch is probably the, the Newcastle. It's like, and it's a far distance, I promise. But the Newcastle Isak hate watch, that is almost the closest hate watch to what Garnacho is going to get with it. But no, I don't think so, to be honest. I think it's probably 50-50. Some fans will hate watch, some fans will be like, you know what, all up. I'm kind of hate watching because I don't want him to do well in Chelsea. I don't like the way he handled the situation at the end. I think it was disrespectful. I think that, he took us for granted. Wearing the Aston Villa top, things like that. We were just, dumb, really dumb, especially for a club that you were like academy graduate from, right? A club that really did a lot for you while you were young. I think it was a stupid thing to do. Um, yeah, so I don't wish him all the best, honestly. I wish he flops at Chelsea. I want Chelsea fans to complain. The way some Barca fans are already crying about Rashford, but the problem with the tears from the Barca fans is that we need the money from Barcelona. They need to. We don't want him back, And then with Chelsea, they signed Garnacho, so like that's your headache. But with Barcelona and the loan, and then they don't like him, they bring him back, and then we have the Rashford situation again. Yeah, I don't like that. So Garnacho, the first guy that Chelsea enjoyed. Of course, Rashford left before him. Honestly, I am not hate watching Rashford at all. And that's yeah, the video. I am not hate watching Rashford at all. If anything, I'm watching Rashford um with hope, optimism for him to do well. I want him to do well. First of all, for the money, we need to cook, so we get the money from Barcelona. But also, Rashford wasn't disrespectful to us. It was just a really unfortunate situation that happened with Rashford. Um, with the whole, the fallout with Amorim. He had to go to Aston Villa on loan. So nothing very personal against Rashford. I don't mind him very well. And all the best in Barcelona. I don't think he's cooking right now. So Rashford, you need to up your game. Like, bro, I promise you, man, those Spanish guys, the fans there, they will turn on you. They will turn on you. Like, you see, you have there's no link, there's no connection there. United fans will probably have even given you a bit more time, but the Spanish fans will turn on you. So sit up, Rashford, sit up. That's what I'll say. So yeah, we're speaking about Rashford, speaking about Garnacho, Sancho. You're just useless, absolutely useless. You're a twat. You have no future ambition. You have there's nothing you want to achieve. You're absolutely retarded. Like you just no, sorry for that. But I don't want to use that. But you're just a dumb punk. You're really silly. Because first of all, I heard that you didn't want to go permanently to Aston Villa, and then you cost us the opportunity to get Mercedes. I'm happy with Lamens, by the way, but just the fact that even while you were going out the door, you still found a way to say "f you" to Man U. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I found that like that. That was just mad, mad, mad for me. And Bradley says the transfer window has not been good enough at all. Bradley, at all. Umbremo, Sesko, and Cunha are great, but where is the midfielder? The most important position to link defense to attack. I agree with you, Bradley. I'm not 100% aligned that it was not, we didn't cook at all. I don't think I'm 100% aligned with that. That would be really, that would be tough. It would be a tough one to say that we did not cook at all, that it was not good at all. Konya has looked amazing, bro. I hope the injury is not too long. I really hope so. I really hope he's going to be fine for the Man City game or maybe the Chelsea game. But Cunha has looked amazing, right? For everybody I mentioned, I'll let you know who was the person we had to kick out. So for Cunha, Garnacho had to go. So I'm very happy with that. If you're replacing Cunha and giving me Garnacho, I'm s- I'm so happy with that. Maybe let me use Rashford because left. And also, if you, Buemo has been oh my God, where have we been without Umbuemo, Bradley? Where have we been without? Like Umbuemo has been so good, and this is an Umbuemo who is still finding fitness. He is so good. Direct, directness, skill, quality, efficiency. He just wants to score. He just wants to beat the man. He has no fluff, nothing fancy. He has one job: win this game, score these goals, beat this man. I love how direct he is. I love how efficient he is. So if we gave me Buemo for Garnacho, shout out to you for giving me that. And if you give me a Shesko for Hoyland, thanks, Foco. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, Foco. Please like, share, subscribe. If you give me a Shesko for Hoyland who could not, he did not know where the net was last season. We struggled so much last season because we didn't have a striker who could score for us. We didn't have a focal point striker. We had a striker who was bullied every single time by every single defender he came up against. Now we have Shesko, who is a big pole striker, who is good in the air. We saw that against in the last game. He went for like two crosses. Looked really good. So if you give me Shesko, if you give me Cunha, if you give me Umbuemo, shout out to you, the win. Shout out to you for that. I appreciate, and that's why I give it a 7/10. The midfield was so important, but I cannot take that in isolation and then ignore the amazing quality we've gotten with Cunha, with Mbuemo, and with Shesko. I can't. And Bradley said, one thing I've noticed in the league games is our attacking player and build up is so much better. I agree with you. I thought United played well against Burnley. I also agree with you. We had 20 shots, 20 attempts on goal. But without the midfielder, the teams will get at us. And I hear, Bradley, I'm on the same page with you here. We can only hope because now this is a good segue to the midfield conversation. We can only hope because now we have to think about what do we have in the midfield. What do we have? We can't go into the window anymore. One thing I have to say, Bradley, is we have to trust Amorim here. Let's just trust him here. Hmm? That's what I'll say here. Let's trust Amorim. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but let's trust Amorim here. And when I say trust him, what I mean is we're going to see Amorim tinker with Mount in the midfield. You're going to see him tinker with um, Menu possibly. I hope Menu gets more time. You're going to see him also obviously put Bruno there. You're going to see him have Casemiro play games there. We just have to hope that works out. We have no other option but to hope that that works out. So let's see how that goes. Um, he wanted a midfielder, which is what hurts me a bit because he also was aware that we had a midfield deficiency, and I believe that he also said it at the he said in one of the preseason games, the conference, the post-match conferences, that he did need a midfielder. So that for me is the only point where I'm a bit worried because he said I need a midfielder, right? I need a midfielder. He said that, So the fact that he didn't get one is not great. So we need to just pray and hope that till January at least, whatever we do in this midfield works. And hopefully in January, I know people don't really sell in January, but we can get a good loan deal in January. I think we got Amrabat last time in January. We can get a good loan deal in January. So hopefully things go well and we get a midfielder in January. But let's see how it goes. For now, from now till January, let's just with what we have, let's see how we do with what we have. Bradley says, I'm fully supporting Amorim. I want him to be the manager this time next season. But at the moment, a lot of people are attacking him and it's a disgrace. Amorim, I absolutely agree with you. I think it's so easy to attack Manchester United. It's so easy to attack, Man U coaches. Pep Guardiola has lost 2 games already, no attacks. Eddie Howe, terrible place in the league, no attacks. Unai Emery, same thing, no attacks. But Amorim, Manchester United, everybody goes hard because we give clicks, we sell papers. So if anything, um, it's a good thing because and that's why Amorim really needs to do well because there will always be eyes on him, and that's why we really needed to win the Burnley game because without winning the Burnley, the pressure would have been crazy on him. There would have been so much pressure, so we really needed to win that Burnley game. So it was good we won that game. So yeah, I agree with you. It's a disgrace that some people are attacking Amorim now. I'm 100% Amorim in. Amorim definitely in. Bradley says, I do think Ineos have a long-term plan next summer. Yeah. We'll revamp the entire midfield and bring in wing backs. When that happens, United will have a totally different team. But we have to get there. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they really wanted to get Baliba, but the money was just, we had spent so much money already. Spending another 100 million on Baliba was, well, we couldn't do that. We absolutely couldn't do that, So um, I think that was for me a big thing. Oh, yeah, the well, no, I've been to Old Trafford once, but yeah, the atmosphere is amazing. It's amazing. There's no other ground like it. And then we have the best fans. We have the best fans in the world. We have absolutely the best fans in the world. So and that's why we hated adored, never ignored. We hated adored, absolutely never ignored. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think the plan for next summer will be big. I think so. We will get a midfielder next summer, 100%. We'll get a midfielder next summer. We will spend a lot more money next summer. But we just have to. I think we need Europe. We definitely need Europe, and let's see how that goes with qualifiers. That for me is really big. At least the Europa League. We need to qualify for the Europa League. Um, and the goalkeeping situation, I think I want to end with okay that one. What are your honest thoughts on Ineos? Do you trust them and the vision they have for us? Um, I do trust Ineos. I do. Um, just because also I see how they've operated in the few years they've been here. The back managers, whatever we like, whatever, no matter how much we want to, crucify Ten Hag, they did back Ten Hag, and they are backing Amorim. They didn't get a midfielder, but they spent over 200 million on the attack. So they have it in them to back managers. And like you said yourself, it looks like they have a plan to revamp next summer. So I will give them time. I will give them time. I would allow them to cook. I think that I will allow them to cook. I think that it's a great one for the club to have Ineos. I really think so. Um, I think the other option would have been to have somebody from Qatar or something, but we can't have somebody from Qatar. So Ineos is that would have for that for me would have been amazing. But also, if you see Newcastle have Saudi owners, but nothing is happening. So I think to answer your question, I genuinely trust them and I trust the vision they have for us. And the goal, I'll end with the goalkeeping situation. Lamens has to start. I don't want to see Onana and I don't want to see um Bayinda. One of them has to go. Lamens absolutely has to start. And I'm really looking forward to the City game. I feel like we need to win that game. City are very beatable. They're very, very beatable. We need to win that game. And then we need to get those points. So it was good getting back. I'm really happy to be back, for good 40 minutes, but really, I'm really happy to have had this conversation. I'll be back again later this week. We have the international break, but we'll keep on just chatting with you here. But yeah, guys, that was good. Keep like, share, subscribe. Remember what it is. United Kitchen, where we cook.